Every state seems to have their own unique way of going about a real estate transaction, and Massachusetts certainly has some strange ways of going about that process that many people may not be familiar with. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 of the strangest things about buying real estate right here in Massachusetts. Welcome back to Living in Massachusetts, where we talk about all things real estate in Massachusetts, from property tours to different community and town tours to different places to invest in the state. Really, anything to do with buying real estate in Massachusetts we're going to be talking about right here on the channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if that's something that interests you. If you are considering buying or selling any real estate in Massachusetts, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. All of my contact information is located right in the description. Let's dive right into the video. Let's jump right into the video with a topic that often really surprises my clients that have bought and sold real estate in other states across the country. Massachusetts is what's called a caveat emptor state, which translates to buyer beware. Sounds scary, right? What this means is that it's the buyer's responsibility to investigate the property thoroughly to make sure they understand what they are buying. Most specifically, this pertains to the home inspection. In a lot of states, the homeowner will actually do an inspection and do some form of a disclosure before they put the home on the market. And this disclosure is something that they would distribute to people that are interested in the home, rather than how we do it in Massachusetts. Rather than the home seller doing an inspection and disclosure, the home buyer pays for a home inspector to go in and investigate the property and give them an inspection report so that the buyer can feel confident about what they are buying. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to pay for an inspection and you have to do an inspection, but it really would be highly advised that you do that, because otherwise you're kind of going in flying blind and buying a property that could have a ton of underlying issues that a home inspector could have easily spotted. Moving on to the second odd thing about buying real estate in Massachusetts, we don't use title companies here for closings. We use attorneys, which means that your attorney is going to do all of the title research and make sure there's no liens against the property, rather than in many states they use title companies for this, and it's just a little bit different of a process, but attorneys do work very well for this, and I find it to be very efficient, so I wouldn't be too concerned about this necessarily. But it is just a little bit of a different process, where when you get a home under agreement, you're going to immediately want to hire a local attorney if you haven't hired one already, so that they can make sure that they're keeping you protected throughout the process of buying the home. Up third, something to keep in mind while buying real estate in Massachusetts, and this is true all across the country. These types of systems exist all across the country, but you're going to see a lot more of them here. A lot of parts of Massachusetts may not have municipal water and sewer systems, which means we do what's called Title V inspections because we have septic systems on the properties. If you're not familiar with this, this is a privately owned system on your property that deals with all of the waste, and you also have a privately owned well for your water supply, rather than having both of these things be provided by the city. This is something that's highly location based, but to make you feel a little bit more confident about this, I just want to touch on the fact that when a property is transferred, we do a Title V inspection where a company will come out and assess the condition of the sewer system so that you know the property you're buying has a fully functioning sewer system and it's not something you're going to be replacing in the near future, because it's a very expensive thing to do. And for our fourth and final odd thing about buying real estate in Massachusetts, Massachusetts is a very historic state. We have some of the oldest homes in the entire country, which with that comes some historic preservation efforts. This means that you have to be very conscious about where you're buying in the state, because different municipalities may have different restrictions around what you can do to a historic home. So if you are looking at buying real estate in Massachusetts and you are interested in buying some of these older homes that would be considered historic, it's very important that you research the local restrictions around updating a historic property, because this can become a major headache if you run into issues where you want to do one thing to a property, but because of historic restrictions that have been passed by a local municipality, you can't do the thing that you had initially intended with the property, which no one wants to end up in that situation. Also, having a good real estate agent at your side is going to help you through this too, because they'll be able to help you research and understand all of these different restrictions in different towns throughout the state. Well, there you have it. Those are 4 of the oddest things about buying real estate here in Massachusetts. If you can think of anything that I might have missed, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you are looking to buy or sell real estate here in Massachusetts, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Me and my team will be happy to help you through the process. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video. I'll see ya.